Welcome to Colney Talk Podcast.
Hello, everyone. Hope you had a lovely weekend. Welcome to another episode of Colney Talk Podcast, a byte-size show. I'm your host, Alex, first-time guest. Happy to have you here, and to my returning listeners, thank you for joining me. On this byte-size show, I talk a bit about the Arsenal game and then pick out my top 3 Arsenal players who I think were great in the game, and one player I consider the odd one, who just had a poor game or not good enough, who just needs to be called out. I'm still trying to take it all in, but we have not been here before. Not like this, and not in this situation. Arsenal fans should revel in this moment and enjoy it because it means everything for this team. It means everything for us. Not the classic game we were here for this, but a true grind out for Arsenal, and a tight one at that. We have been in different games in the past where Arsenal looked to be the better winning team or should have won the game, but didn't. And that's what matters in the end, win or lose. Arsenal matched into this game without the main talisman, Saka. I had a slight wish he would have played, but not all surprised that he wasn't. He has gone through a lot and needs break and cover. Again, he needs cover. Another good talent who needs to support and be mighty impactful in the right wing. Surely that's a tall order to have someone, but I believe there are players that definitely fit that bill. First half, bringing out the nerves, intensity, and early bursts of energy. What do you get? A lot of oohs and gasps in the 4th minute. City should have been up a goal, but we dodged a big one. Playing against one of the best pressing team and one that can exploit a small window, Arsenal had to, and played an almost mistake-free game. To be clear, it was a very difficult game. The way City systematically moved into Arsenal's defensive third, lose the ball, and then within the same motion, cage us in with a strong press was just insane, but that is to be expected. I mean, that's City we're talking about. This matchup required a lot of technical acumen and awareness. I'm really glad with that Jorginho was in the game to keep the technical levels for Arsenal really up. And speaking of awareness, Raya was put in a very tight spot receiving the ball that was inches away from rebounding to an open net. Nobody was pleased with that. I mean, we did have a few nervous moments, and I think that's one of the things that City can just impact on your team, the way you play, create these chances where they're just going to cause you to fret. 2 scary situations, 18 minutes in the half, a different kind of pressure, and yet Arsenal were getting suffocated with the press and losing the ball in our own half. They weren't getting any breathing room, but just to go long. I mean, we had that same situation in the previous game. City dictated the flow of the game, but Arsenal were brilliant in defending and responding. We weren't out of the woods with the pressing. The squeeze was real. I mean, we just got stuck in. Thankfully, we hadn't suffered from that as a consequence. Arsenal had a few bright moments getting out of the press. Edin Nketiah having a nice shot, but not with the best touch. The game felt like Arsenal were set to absorb the attacking situation, even from the long balls. We hadn't yet given them our own version of our pressing intensity. I didn't see that, although the impression from the Gunners were to play forward thinking, even though we lacked a big attacking threat up top. Positive was not given too much to City after the early chances in the beginning of the game. The chess match just continued. It was just really a chess match entirely, but felt boring. Looking back at the game, it served us well that we didn't have our strongest unit in the first half. But again, these are wishes and wanting after it's all said and done. So, but just thinking about that, it did serve us well. Coming from that thought, we had to get a sense of City's game, for me at least, just seeing how much we're going to deal with this situation, which was expected again. If we were a goal down, I doubt we would have waited, but why speak on that where it didn't happen? Martinelli for Trossard to start the second half. Excited to have him on the pitch, and the Gunners came with the heat. The intensity was present. I didn't like seeing us drive into their box only to pass it out to get around. I mean, that really tells you how much we weren't very effective in attacking up top. But from a viewer perspective, it just looked like we didn't have that striker, which we did. We did so many things. Credit to Eddie for all the hard work that he continues to put out there. So it's just the way it did perceive, especially with the game, and obviously the kinds of situations that City made us fall into. Beautiful start, at least for the second half. Arsenal's press was fully checked in, crisp passes and beautiful long balls. Truly a game of the best. Comfortably passing through City's press, a few times, and that was just really good. The Gunners did not do that early in the first half, which felt like the intensity and everything else came alive in the second half. The game had dips in play where each team had the ball and were just trying to work out how to break through. All I would say from that is Arsenal looked composed and kept trying to make things happen in the far post, sending it over there for Jesus to do something. Several interesting combinations, though, including the substitutions. Rice staying up top to press at some point really was worth knowing because he just did a lot in that game. It remained an even game, even in the scoreline, in the duels, in the pressing sequence, but it just felt like there was a slight advantage to our Arsenal at this point. Both teams weren't producing much threats. Credit to Ben White managing Doku on that left. That felt like it was quite a lot. The Gunners made 3 subs and we looked even stronger. Jesus doing everything to make something happen. That in turn helped to add more pressure in City's final third. Arsenal got some rhythm in the passes with Partey. Oh, that was just so great. And, having White and Tomiyasu come in just felt like there was a slight lift for the team. The moment that made it all worth it. Partey initiated a perfectly timed pass to Tomiyasu, who heads it to Harvards. That was just very smart to keep the chance alive for Martinelli to shoot. Oh, what a relief. What a goal. I screamed at the top of my lungs. What a way to convert a great chance. And let me say for a second time, Tomiyasu getting involved in attack is such a beautiful thing. And I'm sure we're going to be seeing so much more of Tommy because he is stepping up and he's doing just amazing things. Arsenal never lost control or looked scared in protecting the lead. And that's how the story was written. 6.5 years, 12 losing streak finally broken. That ceiling finally broken. So much tension in the end, so much cheers, pride, and excitement. I mean, what a moment for the team at the Emirates, to the fans. It was just amazing. So, on to my top 3 in the game. First player, Rice. I mean, no disrespect here, but I'm glad we have taken a significant bit of dependency out from Partey. I don't know how we would have looked without Rice because what he did in this game, his breakup play, were so crucial. What an unbelievable player. Damn the price tag. I mean, what does that mean anyway at the way things have looked right now? He was so good in this game. He was really big, Rice. Second player, Odegaard. Tempo maker, press trigger for the team. He was a target, but then he was a target to steal the ball from. I saw City players on him and a few, and that took him out of his comfortable positions. It felt like that was a targeted, player to really get out from any situation to create something for Arsenal. But he was charged in the second half, pressing and redirecting City's passing path to move up. I like how he kept calling for the crowd to join the game, like to give the team the energy. Not the best in his shot attempts, but his link up with Jesus was the most combination for Arsenal to at least score. So well done for the captain to really get something going. Third and final player, Saliba. Oh, I'm sure you've read about his stats. 100% duels won, 70 total passes, 97% accuracy in heavy press situations, 0 dribble pass, 0 fouls, and gave Erling Haaland 0.00 xG. I mean, folks, welcome to the defensive madness of Saliba. That was just ridiculous. But I'll give a special mention to Jesus, though. Hard to not acknowledge him. Huge credit on his work rate, pressing, disruption, attempts in the box. He was effective in his own way and to show our might, at least in form of the way that we try to attack. And then as far as who the other one was, I didn't have a clear player. And I say that because Trossard and Eddie weren't as impactful. Against City, there are so many factors in play, especially when Arsenal are in a tight defensive situation. Haaland, conversely, was a non-factor for City, so that should paint the picture of how things were. And Eddie's not going to be scapegoated. Trossard just wasn't as impactful, and thankfully it gave more room for Martinelli to come in and do something, which he did. This is the benchmark team, and we moved up a level to this test. I know how obsessed Arsenal have been getting over this team, winning and measuring up. This Arsenal team achieved something, and it will drive them forward. I like that it was actually done without Saka. Psychologically, this is a shift we have been waiting for. Now the conversations will be a bit more different, more so with confidence. Now I hope we just do something with our scoring deficiencies, because we have suffered that quite a lot. And the maturity that comes with this for this team, I know is going to take them much further. So that is amazing. Well, that will do it for this exciting episode. Well done to the boys. Well done to the team and the coaches. Now let's enjoy this win, because this break will be nothing short but just excitement of how we have done the thing that we have been striving for quite some time. So enjoy, folks. And I will talk to you all later. Take care.